Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I'm so glad you're here. You may be wondering where we are. I'm okay, I've not been kidnapped. We are in my office today on the couch that is in my office. The lighting in here I thought might be a little better, so I thought I'd give this a shot and see how it turned out. And today we're talking about my new Keychain flashlight, which I'm super stoked about, and it is the RovyVon Aurora A1. So the light, which I'll show you in just a second, it's not currently in the box, was sent to me by a good friend of mine in California named Ken. So thank you so much, Ken, for the generous gift. I am digging this thing so much and getting a lot of use out of it. So I wanted to share it with you guys because I think this is kind of a game changer, at least it was for me in terms of keychain flashlights. And my issue with keychain flashlights in general is that they're typically either really small and not very powerful, or super powerful and a little chunky, or at least a little too chunky for my taste to carry on a keychain. And so for that reason, I would either not carry one or I would carry something that was quite dim. And so this has completely rectified that. It's small, it's lightweight, and it's crazy powerful. So this is the, as I mentioned, RovyVon is the company. It's part of their Aurora series, and this one is called the A1. It uses a Cree XP-G3 LED and puts out up to 550 lumens, which is insane when you see how small this thing is. So before we take a look at the light, let's see what else comes in the box, because there are a few other goodies that I think are pretty neat at this price point. And the price point is right around $26 for this particular model. There are several other models that they offer that are very similar, and they go up in price upwards of about $40. But this particular one is about $26 US. So in the box, you get a micro USB charging cable. So this is a USB rechargeable light, which is phenomenal. It comes with a small wrist lanyard. And it also comes with a kind of ball and chain style necklace. If you want to wear this as kind of like a neck flashlight, you could. But what's even more interesting and kind of cool is that it comes with a backup cover for the USB charging port. So if that charging port cover gets damaged or torn or ripped off for whatever reason, you've got a backup, which I think is really, really nice that they included that. Here's your little ball and chain necklace. But what's really just freaking adorable, if you ask me, is the tiniest little pocket clip that you've ever seen. I would not consider this a EDC light, and here's the light. But it does come with a pocket clip, which I think is really interesting. And so I've not actually put it on the light before, but I imagine you can just kind of clip it on, and you could put that in your pocket if you so chose. It would certainly disappear in that fifth pocket of a pair of jeans, definitely. But I will not be using the pocket clip. This is a dedicated keychain light for me. So let me get all those extra goodies out of the way that it comes with, and we will talk about the light, the output, the features, the user interface, and then we'll head outside and see what this thing is capable of, because it is quite capable. So here it is, the RovyVon Aurora A1, and here is a AA sized battery. So as you can see, it is a tiny, tiny little guy, about 2 inches long and weighs somewhere around like a half an ounce. Just crazy lightweight. The little clip here, or clasp, did not come with it. I took that off of a different tool that I had to attach to my keys, but this is the light. It's super, super small and just crazy powerful. So it has 3 main settings. It has a high, medium, and a low, and it also has a strobe feature. I mentioned it uses a Cree XP G3 LED. It's got a built-in lithium ion battery, so it's rechargeable via the USB cable. It's got a capacity of 130 milliamp hours on the battery, and it's also IP65 rated, which is nice for water resistance and submersion up to 2 meters, as well as 1.5 meters of drop safety. So for a keychain light that could get wet in the rain, you may drop your keys, it is nice to have that IP65 rating for that. And the user interface is very simple. It's not what I thought it would be. As I mentioned, it has 3 brightness levels, low, medium, and high. But the order that it goes in is not low, medium, high. It actually goes low, high, then medium, which at first I thought would be an issue, but after using it, I actually kind of like it. So Very simple to operate. You simply press and hold this little side switch here to turn it on. It comes on in low every time. Press it one time to go straight up to high, 550 lumens. Press it one more time to go down to medium, and then one more click will take you to strobe. So strobe warning. And then one more click takes you back to low, and it just continues to cycle through low, high, medium, strobe, etc. Press and hold to turn it off, and that's all she wrote. Super, super simple to use. And what I found with this light is that I use it most often in its lowest setting. So I press and hold, and that's all I need to see around my vehicle or my front porch. If I do need more light, I generally need a lot more light. And so to be able to go from low straight to turbo or to high is actually kind of nice. And then you've got medium and strobe after that. But I do like being able to go from low to high. And the output levels on each setting, on low is going to be 22 lumens. On high, which is your second mode, is 550 lumens, as we talked about. And then that medium setting is 230 lumens. And your strobe is going to strobe at the full 550 lumens as well. The run times on this thing are actually quite impressive based on its size and the capacity of the battery. On low, it'll run for 150 minutes. On medium, it will run for about an hour. And on high, at 550 lumens, it will run for 38 minutes, which is really impressive. It might get a little warm, but that's an impressive runtime for 550 lumens. So I wanted to share that with you. I think it's a really, really cool light. I'll bring my keychain in here, and I just have it clipped to, or I just clip it to one of the existing split rings here, and it just hangs on my keys just like so. It's, again, just crazy lightweight, doesn't take up much space, and it has solved my issue for keychain lights. And I'll show you another keychain light really quick that I like. I mean, it's a perfectly fine light, but I don't carry it because I feel that it's a little too bulky, and that's the Nightcore tip. So as you can see, if you compare the size of the two, there's no comparison. The Nightcore tip is more than twice the size. It's about half as bright. And so why would I carry this when I could carry this, right? So I don't carry this, and I never did carry this on my keys. It lives in my EDC bag because I always felt it was too bulky to carry on my keys. I felt like I was carrying a second key fob for my vehicle. And so for that reason, I just kind of always kept either no flashlight or a very low-powered, kind of just not very functional flashlight. And this has certainly solved the problem, so thank you so much, Ken, for this. As I mentioned in the very beginning, there are other Aurora models in the series from RovyVon. So as we saw in the box here, RovyVon Aurora, it's a mini flashlight series. So this is the A1. It's a plastic body. They have an A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, and A8. And each different one is going to have different features. They've got ones that are aluminum, titanium, plastic, ones that glow in the dark and have kind of a soft rubbery texture to them. Some of them have accessory lights on the side, UV lights, all kinds of stuff. So if you go on Amazon and just look up RovyVon Aurora, you'll see a whole number of different variants within that series. This is kind of the entry level, but they're all going to put out about the same output, that 550 lumens. So it's just a matter of, your aesthetic preferences and kind of the look of the light, the materials, the color, things like that. But for me, this is absolutely perfect. So let's head outside and see what this thing can do. Hello and welcome back to Geared Toward Gear's Backyard. We're going to take a quick look at the RovyVon Aurora A1, see how bright this thing really is. So I've got just some ambient light on the low setting. On the grass in front of me, we're going to shine it on the tree that's about 20 feet in front of me on high, just so you can see what this thing can really put out at the full 550 lumens. So I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to high, and there's the tree. Plenty of spill. I mean, you can see how much of the ground is being lit up by this thing. There's a shed back there in the back. I mean, it really does light up a good bit of the yard. So for a keychain flashlight, this thing is just incredibly powerful, and I'm super happy with it. We're gonna head to the garage real quick, and do one more test with the output, and then we'll meet back for some final thoughts. Hello once more, and welcome back to Gear Toward Gear's Garage. So once more, we're going to bump this up to 550 lumens and show you what it can do. And real quick, I'm just going to turn it off so you can see that this is pitch dark in the garage here, zero light whatsoever. So this is on low and this is on high. So as you can see, this light is completely lighting up the entirety of the garage. I mean, I can just point this up in the air and kind of get ambient light everywhere, or I can focus it anywhere I need to. Obviously getting into a vehicle, super bright, but this thing is just frankly impressive in terms of the output that this thing is capable of. So that is the full 550 lumens on the RovyVon Aurora A1. Let's head back inside and close this thing out. All right, so that's it. You saw what this thing can do. Highly recommend this light. Again, at $26, USB rechargeable. I think it's a no-brainer. Thanks again to my friend for sending this to me as a gift. I really do appreciate that. I will put a link in the description for this exact model. But again, if you just Google or go on Amazon and search for RovyVon Aurora, you'll see the whole kind of lineup, and you can see the different variants that they offer and find one that you may think fits your needs. So thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.